Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving right into the actual science resting on your nose to solve a super common clinic mystery. Have you ever picked up a pair of glasses and wondered exactly what type of lens is sitting inside that frame? Well, today we are decoding spectacle lenses, specifically looking at how to instantly identify whether a lens is convex, which is also known as a plus lens, or concave, which we call a minus lens.
Seriously, I want you to grab a pair of glasses right now. It could be the ones you're wearing, a spare pair lying on your desk, or even a friend's glasses. Ask yourself, what kind of lens are you actually looking through? It kind of seems like a question only an ophthalmologist could answer with some highly specialized clinic equipment, right? But the truth is, unlocking the physics of that glass or plastic is incredibly straightforward once you know exactly what to look for. You just have to remember one core principle. Convex lenses converge light rays to a point, while concave lenses diverge them outward.
Okay, let's dive into this by exploring three incredibly simple, rapid-fire sensory tests from our source material to identify literally any spectacle lens in seconds. Dr. Nickel, a practitioner who shares some highly practical eye care tips, outlines these three distinct methods that pretty much every student and professional in the field relies on. And honestly, the absolute best part? You don't need a single piece of high-tech machinery to master this yourself. You really only need your basic senses. Method 1. The visual check. Let's take a look. Our first method relies purely on your sense of sight, and it's absolutely the quickest way to test most spectacles you're going to encounter. Simply hold the mystery lens directly over some printed text. Grab a book, a magazine, or even just a small shipping label on a box nearby. The setup is totally effortless. Just hold the lens a short distance above the page and look right through the center of the lens at the words down below. Now notice the clear contrast here. If the letters suddenly magnify and appear noticeably larger than they actually are on the page, you're holding a convex or plus lens. On the flip side, if those letters shrink down and look minified, you've got a concave or minus lens in your hands. It's an instant, undeniable visual confirmation. Method 2, the tactile check. Time to feel the shape. For this tactile check, you need to turn the lens sideways and actually feel the physical shape and thickness of the material. We're looking directly at the profile of the lens here. This method is incredibly helpful because it allows you to literally trace the physical architecture of the lens right with your fingertips. By comparing the dead center of the lens to the outer edges, you can quickly deduce its type.
So the absolutely crucial point is the distribution of thickness across that physical profile. A convex lens bulges outward, meaning it's noticeably thicker in the very center and gets visibly thinner as you move out toward the edges. Conversely, a concave lens acts almost like a valley. It's noticeably thinner in the dead center and becomes thicker at the outer edges. Just looking at it from the side or running your fingers lightly across the surface gives you the answer right away.
Method 3, the kinetic check. Let's get things moving. Setting up the kinetic check takes just 3 simple steps. First, hold the lens up in front of a distinctly straight vertical object. Think of a pen, or even the straight line of a door frame across the room. Second, keeping your eye locked on that vertical line through the lens, slowly move the lens itself from side to side. Third, observe the displacement. You're watching exactly how the object appears to shift within the frame of the lens as you move your hand. Focus closely on the movement direction here because this is where the real magic happens. With a convex, or plus lens, the vertical object will appear to shift in the exact opposite direction of your hand movement. If you slide the lens to the right, the image of the door frame inside the lens actually shifts to the left. But with a concave or minus lens, the object appears to move in the exact same direction. You move the lens right, the image moves right. This is literally the exact foolproof trick optometrists use at the front desk to instantly verify prescriptions. The ultimate lens summary. Let's lock this in. This matrix perfectly synthesizes everything from the source material today into one powerful cheat sheet. To recap, under the look test, check if the image is magnified to larger letters, which means convex, or minified to smaller letters, meaning concave. For the feel test, observe the center thickness. Thick in the center means it's convex, thin in the center means it's concave. And lastly, for the move test, perform that sideways motion to see if the image moves in the opposite direction for convex or the same direction for concave. Having this structured checklist in your mind literally transforms you into a lens identifying expert in mere seconds. The science of optics is quite literally right in front of your eyes, resting on your nose or sitting on your desk every single day. We've explored the visual, the tactile, and the kinetic ways to decode this everyday technology using nothing but your senses. So what does this all mean for you right now? Which of these 3 practical methods are you going to experiment with first, to discover the exact physics resting on your nose? Will you look, feel, or move to uncover the truth?